What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy, bringing you another gold nugget that you either pick up or you can just kick it aside. Or should I say, go black to Africa? I want to show and share with you all the great accomplishments that we as the diaspora, whether coming from America, Canada, UK, Europe, were appreciated and loved upon by our brother Judah from the Jerk Soul, who did the first annual Diaspora Achievement Awards. And what it did was it brought me to a place to see how powerful we are outside of Western countries and how we can achieve and do great things. And I know sometimes, positive energy and accomplishments is rare in America when it comes to Black people. We don't hear and see much of that because we are put in a light of negativity in these Western worlds. The news is filled with, crime and, filled with a lot of garbage that they just want to target our people. And yet our youth don't even have the possibilities of even thinking of anyone in a positive light. If they don't have anybody in their family, their chances of even achieving is very limited. We even have a young 11-year-old that when my guest comes on, we're going to show even what she's doing at 11 years old, achieving great things in Africa. And how I've said that America always says the sky is the limit. And I say in Africa, there is no limit. It is about reaching your full potential and the opportunities that present you. That case is high in Africa. When my guest comes on, we're going to go through the celebration last night. YouTube shut it down, and there was music playing, so they shut the whole thing down. Typically, they're going to go ahead and say, yo, these are copyrights, but we're going to go ahead and put a monetization whether you share that money. But I find it interesting because of the positivity of this video. Why did they shut it down? They never did it before. And that's only because of the ploy, the plot, the schemes of how they do in not trying to promote anything positive in the light of Black people across the globe. I was having a conversation with my wife last night, and when I showed her, what I received, and to me, I don't get caught up in this right here. I really don't. But this is something that she asked me a question. I did 20 years in the military, and I threw away all my achievements. I had this yin yangs out because the Most High made me great. There is nothing that I can achieve. But I threw away all my whole career of meritorious service medals. And the only thing I got left, I got a shadow box that has my whole career in this shadow box. But all my medals, all my awards, all my plaques, and all my, awards that I had received in the military, I threw it all away. And she just could not believe it. She was like, why didn't you hold on to that stuff? It's just, you have achieved much in 20 years. I said, it doesn't mean anything to me. That don't mean anything to me. For, the military and the Western world, they only do that to keep you competing with each other, to make a service great, to overachieve, try to go up against each other. When you see it on the music awards and the Emmy awards and the all of these awards, it's nothing but competition to try to say that here you're the best out of all. What I loved about my brother Judah was he didn't make it into that. Everyone achieved and everyone got an award. This ain't about competing against each other. This is about those who are nominated will receive achievements, because we all are doing a positive work towards a community of our people to bring them out dark places, bad situations, places where we may not be able to accomplish many of these things. And yet he said the Most High put it on his heart to do such a matter. And so I told my wife this right here. When I reached 100,000, YouTube is supposed to send you a placard when you reach 100,000 subscribers. But because I'm political and I speak of things to upbuild my people, and I put a shame on other people who have done a disservice and an injustice and horrific, we would call genocide, we will call Holocaust, you know, and I got tagged on some of the videos. If you get tagged on one video, you don't get their so-called placard for 100,000 subscribers. You don't fit the bill. And I told my wife, this I will hold on forever, because of the fact this is way more meaningful that our Black people nominated, a Black man decided to do a first annual Diaspora Achievement Awards. This is more greater than YouTube could give me some plastic wooden piece of metal that meant nothing, but you got 100,000 subscribers. This right here, because it was given by my people, I will forever hold near and dear. And this is what we got to get out of. When we see brothers like Kanye West and Tyler Perry and all these people who make all this money still begging at the bended knee to a European as though that they can't go out here and come to the motherland and start their own. They're afraid. They are addicted to a system. But you got common brothers and sisters who come to Africa with little to nothing to start a goal, a dream, is a grander achievement than ever making billions of dollars. That they still beg, still got to be on bended knee, still got to yes sir, asking for, can they have? You see in what's her name? The woman in Color Purple that's going to do the Color Purple movie, crying because we're not getting paid what we deserve. I had to beg and ask for more money. And you make millions and can't find it in yourself to release yourself from the beast to come start your own. Why? Because you're blinded. And I can't fault my brothers and sisters. We're talking about a dependency of a system, a plantation that can control you and tell you when you can kneel down, when you should kneel down, when you should give respect to these people over in the continent or the country they call the Middle East, when you got to zip your lip and don't you dare talk negative about them, or we will take the carpet from underneath your feet. To Roger Henson, thank you, RLH 231. Begging. And they're too weak-minded to say, I'm going to go start my own. I'm going to go off to another land, another venture, to go create my own. Listen, family, in 3 years, I would not lie to you. I've showed y'all what I made my first year in doing just YouTube, and I'm still at the liberty of them. But because of YouTube, I've pimped it. I've made over $440,000 creating my own and doing side hustle work, pimping and doing my own and building. I got no reason to lie to you. No reason whatsoever. $440,000 doing YouTube. doing my side work, my website, consultations, real estate, having real estate people reach out to me, say, man, can you go ahead and just do videos with us and all this right here? And these jokers are so afraid, making millions. I see you, Judah. I'm about to bring you in. But I want to show y'all the great grand mastermind of what was achieved last night. A brother who follows the Most High, who is definitely a blessing to many people in Ghana and around the globe. He has brought his skills, his talents from America. A man who from Chicago opened up doors and started businesses in St. Louis, Missouri with his restaurants, took it down to Houston, opened up restaurants, and done other ventures of having trucking businesses, got contracts with Amazon, and decided to uproot and leave it all to come here to Ghana. Opened up the Jerk Soul restaurant, where he has impacted not thousands, but tens of thousands of people. And so I'm gonna bring him in, and I'm also going to also even show some of the footage that happened last night. But without further ado, I want to bring in our brother Judah, who is the man of the hour, who's going to bring, and we're going to walk through his vision of what brought this on, and to share words of knowledge to you all. So without further ado, let me bring in my brother. What's up,
everybody? What's up, Go Black? What's up,
good,
brother? How
man?
you doing today?
Man, I am awesome, man. It's great talking with you, man. And me and you had the opportunity to chop it up. You called me this morning, wanted to just get a feel of how things went. And like I told you this morning, was, man, you set a bar that that's going to be hard to match, because my goodness, man, wow. So please, brother, introduce yourself, man, and let's get into it.
Okay, cool. Well, my name is Telly Woods, but on YouTube I go by Judah's Exodus, JUDAH' Exodus. And like you mentioned, man, I'm from the South Side. What's up, Chi-Town? How y'all living? From the South Side Chicago, man, and just kind of came up with a pretty interesting life, throughout my youth. Just had a lot of wild experiences, probably stuff that a young person shouldn't go through. But, I've been so blessed to have a lot of good people in my corner, a lot of good family, a lot of good friends and everything. Very supportive individuals in my life. And that's really spawned me and really cultivated me to continue to grow and develop into the person that I am today. And I've always had a super deep love for my people. Even though sometimes, they can let you down, but it's okay. But that's one of the things that kind of was my motivation of doing the first annual Diaspora Enrichment Awards, is because I know what they are going through. It's not easy to uproot and leave Babylon. And no matter what part of Babylon a person comes from, no matter if it's the islands or the UK or Canada or America, whatever it is, it's not an easy thing to do, because mentally, it has to happen up here first, right? And so a lot of us that have made that move, and even the brothers and sisters that actually just tour. You know, a lot of people just come on tour with maybe about 20, 30 people, or even just 10 people. And they come over here because they've never come to the continent before, and they just want to check it out. They just want to see what's going on. They're seeing all of this traffic online about Ghana and about Tanzania and Kenya and South Africa and Nigeria. And so, you know, it sparks our interest at home about, man, you know, what is these brothers and sisters doing over there in Africa? And so, bro, like you've been doing for such a long time, what I wanted to do is show them what we're doing, you know, and not just what we're doing as far as just business and everything, but they need to see some excellence. They need to see some Black excellence. And that's what happened last night, Black excellence.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it was outstanding, and I was blown away and very much surprised. I shared with you this morning, I didn't know it was gonna be a turnout like that. And you know, and we talked about this morning too, man, about, you're a man, you're a man with excellence, and try to do, your best for the Most High, and you say you don't pull the trigger on nothing unless the Most High is involved with that.
That's
and
right.
What I love about that is how I try to pattern myself even in that same aspect, in my endeavors of what I do when it comes to whether it's family and people and business adventures. I try to do the same thing. So,
Absolutely.
And that's admirable from you. I'm not sure if you're kind of breaking up a little bit or not, but I think I froze.
I mean, you're perfect on this end. You're perfect on this end.
I think it's mine. But anyway. Yeah. But, so let's get into it, man. Let's get into this right here, without further ado, because, I'm going to go ahead and try to walk. You're going to walk us kind of through what actually transpired last night. And I'm share my screen, and we're going to try to start off from this right here, but let's see if we can go through this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking to make sure, man, that this, let me do this again, because I don't think it went through. Let me do this again, share my screen.
Well, why are you doing that?
I got a delay.
You got a delay?
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, so, why are you doing that?
Yeah, you can talk, man, if we whatever you want to do, man.
Sure. Just to let the brothers and sisters, the audience know, kind of how it went down, well, actually, even before I get into that, let me just kind of tell you guys that, of course, in every genre, there are, members of the diaspora, the African spread out diaspora, that are excellent in many different facets of business. So what we did is we had categories such as culinary, so I think
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Okay.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Yeah, most definitely. But let's start off with the beginning of, coming in, and as you see before you, we see I'm gonna play the video. It's just about 20 seconds. But this young lady right here was interviewing you, and this is the red carpet as people came into the venue. Share with us about when you decided to do the red carpet event, and the young lady who was actually interviewing the nominees and all that for the event.
Yeah, so her name is Samara Asari. and she's from the Bronx, New York. Her and her family, just a wonderful child prodigy that has quickly become pretty popular lately in the media field.
Yeah.
There was a lot of viral clips with her just interviewing all of these hip hop superstars, because, this year was the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And so, I saw her interviewing just so many people from Method Man to Nas to Lauryn Hill. And I was like, wow, this little girl is dynamic. And so I had to reach out to her, and they're customers of mine, customers at Jerk Soul, and so I wanted to reach out to them and see would she be available to come and just host our red carpet. And so she did an amazing job speaking to us. Yeah, bro, I think a lot of footage of this event is going to be coming out pretty soon, and that's what you see right here on your screen, the our red carpet.
Yeah. So this right here, man, the evening started, man, that you had where it was really, the mingle, the walking around, people mingling together, wine was served, as you can see, people, man, you had even a saxophonist guy right there. I mean, you had the music playing and in this area, and everybody, man, was just out enjoying themselves before the big event. And it was an awesome time, man. So please share about, this right here, what you had going on at this moment.
Yeah. So what you see right here is how we kicked off the event, which was we started off with a cocktail hour, which is super important because not, for anything else other than the fact that, we need to come together and mingle. We need to be able to get to know each other. And so I wanted to set the stage and set the environment. We had a nice art gallery, even outside of that particular hall, that particular common area. We had a brother playing a really nice African instrument inside of the art gallery. And like you said, right here in the common area, we had a saxophonist. But it just gave us a good chance before the evening started just to talk to each other, because, I read something that said there's over 10,000 so-called African Americans inside of Ghana, as far as like the whole country. And, we're so spread out that, we really don't come together a lot. And so it's, the Most High put it on me to really start to light a fire under us as far as unity. So that's what this whole thing is about. So during the cocktail hour, we had a great time just communing with each other and just getting together and learning more and more about each other before we went into the inside, which is what you see there. This is on the rooftop of Jerk Soul, and this is where we handed out the awards.
Yeah. So the evening started, and you opened up rather with Rabbi Kohan, starting off the event of giving awards. Please share a little bit about our brother, because I mean he's a powerful brother. Has been here over 30 years in Ghana. So done some magnificent things. But I'm gonna let you share a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I thought it was well overdue to give this brother his flowers. And we want to do that while our brothers and sisters are still alive and not afterward, right? And so we had a fabulous host by the name of Tim Swain. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there in YouTube land know about Tim Swain. And if you don't, go check out his YouTube page. But he hosted the event, did a great job. But I let him know that I want to start it out with the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I know in a lot of award ceremonies, they probably, kind of push that to the middle or the end. But I wanted to start it out with this brother, Rabbi Kohan. Rabbi Kohan, like you said, has been in Ghana for over 30 years, and he has done a magnificent job as far as helping us. What I mean by that, is he helps us to make the transition easier. Okay, because when we come over here, there's a lot of things that we don't know. There's certain things that we don't know about residency. Okay, which is really important. As far as if you're going to live here, you need residency. He helps us out with that. He helps us out with if you want to get land. He helps us out with things like, hey, you want to work here? You want to start a business here? Well, you're going to need a work permit. So he helps us out with getting those types of things, those concrete foundational types of things set up so that you can build upon and really just kind of start your life here. So he's also the CEO of Panafest, which is a huge Pan-African festival that happens in Cape Coast every single year. And the brother is a man of God, period, point blank, at the, first and foremost. He's an Israelite, and, he also owns a magnificent restaurant in Cape Coast called Mabel's Table. Right on the ocean. It's beautiful. So if you're ever in Ghana, you come out to Cape Coast, which is also where the slave dungeons are. So everyone that comes to Ghana, even though they fly into Accra, they always come to Cape Coast to see the slave dungeons, And so he also facilitates certain tours, and especially he's done people like Jay-Z, certain Afrobeat artists and Beyonce, just tons of our American celebrities. He's the person that they tap first. So he's kind of been that leader, that we need to kind of lead us in the right direction. So, I felt like his flowers are way overdue, so we had to start it off with him.
Yeah, definitely. I tell you, he's also been influential in the connection with the government and getting people's their citizenships as well. And
that's another thing.
Yeah, and there's an initiative of where they've been trying. He and other people, let me say, who have been some of the leaders have been trying to even increase the numbers of the citizenships, because many people have been waiting for a long while. And from what I'm told, hopefully this new administration that comes in will hopefully play a part in making sure that happens by the tens of thousands. And so, yes, Brother Kohan, I tell you too, if you ever are wanting to have a great conversations at Mabel's table, that table there is powerful of conversations. I've sat there at the table and have had many conversations with the brothers, with their minds being put together on a lot of deep issues that are going on within the diaspora or over in America or other places that you can gain a wealth of knowledge from. So yeah, we appreciate you, brother, for at least giving acknowledgement to Rabbi Kohan and all that he has done and achieved. So let me move forward, because after that, we had gotten to a place where now the recipients were receiving awards, and I was unable to capture each category, but you can get into the categories of each one if you would like, for right here, just to share with the people.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, we're some of the most talented people on the planet Earth. We're probably the most talented people on the planet Earth. The Most High said that we are the salt of the earth. We are the people that give this whole place some flavor, right? And so when I took a look at the totality of the people that are doing a wide array of business here, it stretched from culinary to fashion, to community engagement. The brothers and sisters that's going village to village, helping the youth, helping the children, tourism, which is huge. You know, tourism is a big thing here, and that's one of the biggest ways that a lot of us get to, you know, kind of see what's going on here in the land. So tourism, man, it was just so many. I think we had 10 categories. Oh man.
Yeah.
So you know, and it was a total of about, I think, 38 people. You know,
Okay.
about 38 people that we recognized. And so, you know, this is what you see on the screen. You know, we went category to category, and we really wanted to just recognize everyone. We didn't, like you said earlier, we didn't want to just have these nominees like normal awards do. You
Yeah.
have these nominees, and then you know, you pick somebody. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to do it that way every year. You know, but at least this first one, you know, I wanted to acknowledge everybody, bro. And I'm glad I did.
Well, you know, I'm showing right now, of course, myself and other
Yeah.
social media impact nominees that were here, that you found that we played a very important, impactful part in this right here. And so I was definitely honored, as well as the rest of our brothers and sisters across the whole categories, being and receiving their awards. And like I share with the people, is that this wasn't like, you know, how Europeans do, compete against each other and, you know, trying to claim who's the best or whatever. But you really wanted to acknowledge each individual, give them a moment of acknowledgement, to give them something to say and to be recognized amongst people. And I have to, you know, salute you in that, because everybody was appreciated. And and you know, like you said, it is rare when we get our flowers when we are living. And, you know, I know myself and others, we tire out, and sometimes we don't think we are that impactful, or nobody's really recognizing us or what have you. And when something like this, you know, is done, it really is more fuel to the tank of us continuing what we do. And so definitely appreciate you in that. Yeah, you know, but you know, the event missed one thing, I thought, man.
What's that?
You know, we did not get to acknowledge you with an award. And when, especially when, you know, I mean, I know everybody gave you their thank yous and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But even when it came to the culinary or the restaurant business, you know, I was about to stand up and say, Judah, Judah, jerk soul, jerk soul, you know, but I've learned to be disciplined to go along with the program and not try to, you know, we gotta get that Negroism out of us sometimes, you know, not to be disruptive. So yeah, but here I like to also, for those watching, you wanted me to be the keynote speaker in this, and I was definitely honored in this. Why me, man? Why me?
Man, because you know what? The big reason is because of the impact that you've had on not only just me, but a ton of people that have their minds and their eyes set on going Black to Africa. You know, so for instance, you know, I wanted you to deliver a keynote speech to the people because, you know, they listen to you. You know, they watch you. And when I say listen, I don't mean just physically listening, but they actually respect you to the point where they respect your views. They respect, you know, how you speak your mind and how you deliver the truth. You know, a lot of people respect you, man. And so I was like, he's probably the best person that, you know, that I would want to touch and reach out to come ahead and talk to the people, man. And I definitely, not only that, but I definitely wanted to give you your flowers with the social media impact category as well, man, because so many, including myself, I remember, I'm gonna just say this. I remember, so what I would do is, I come to Jerk Soul early in the morning and I start cooking, right? And so I'm in America. At this time, I'm from Chicago, but I was in St. Louis. The very first Jerk Soul was in St. Louis. Shout out to STL. And so I just remember getting up 7 o'clock in the morning, going to the restaurant and just start cooking for the city, right? And all I would do is get in a zone. I would have to get in a zone, right, to make all of this food. But I would just set my phone up on this counter, and I just have you playing in the background while I'm cooking, right? Because I know that I'm on my way to Africa, and so especially most people in that same category, bro, yourself, Gabby Mack, Natural Ghana Girl, Expat Life Ghana, Tony and Ayo. These are the people that I was listening to, and it's amazing that I was able to gain so much knowledge that it made it a smoother transition to move over here. And all of the tricks, all of the tools that you guys show houses. Like I remember Natural Ghana Girl, man, she would just, for weeks, she would just show people what the homes look like, and we don't know that. We don't know what it looks like over here. And, most of our people, Africa isn't really a thought. And it wasn't for me, until the Most High said, hey, we're going to Africa. I said, okay, well, what's in Africa? And I'm a grown man, so, but ever so often, what we do is, some of us, we'll go through high school, we'll go into college, we'll graduate from college and go into corporate America. And once we start getting a little bit of money and we start traveling, where do we go? We go everywhere but where we would take from. We go to we're leaving a European country just to go to another one, just to go see some more Europeans who hate our guts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so at the end of the day, I feel like that's a tide that's changing. That's turning around, because now we're saying, yo, forget Greece, forget Rome, forget Italy, forget the Netherlands. Yo, I'm going to Liberia. I'm going to the Gambia. I'm going to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And so, bro, so I applaud you for just putting your heart and your soul and your words and your time into this platform so that people like myself can start to think differently, expand our minds, and make these kind of moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what you're seeing right here
you're kind of breaking up.
What you see right here on the screen, bro, is just us. This is after the award ceremony, and now we just kicking it. I knew it was just gonna turn. You know how we do. I knew it was just gonna turn into a party. The only thing we were missing is some spades, and I was gonna bring some cards. It's like, hey, I need a spades partner. That would have just turned it out. But we needed this. We needed to love on each other. Because, like I said, it's not easy to come and do what we've done. I've been using one word a lot lately, which is revolutionary. When you leave America and you uproot and come over here and start living, that is one of the most revolutionary things that you can do. And that's what we're doing. And that's why I want to show these people some love. They being revolutionary, they not being scared, they got a backbone, they got some nuts, because you're gonna need some, right? It ain't all pretty over here. It ain't all pretty over here. The roads be kind of bumpy. Sometimes your light might go out. Sometimes your Wi-Fi, is a little sketchy, right? So all of the deliciousness that we so used to at home, you don't have a lot of those conveniences over here, but it's okay. We Black people, we used to working with less. And so, man, we just want to, be happy and have some peace. And that's what the Most High has given us over here in Ghana, some peace.
You hit on a lot of things, and now I've been trying to express that to so many people. There is an atmosphere of peace and liberty that you just really can't describe until you experience it really yourself, because we live in these Western worlds to where we believe we're really free. We believe we're experiencing these liberties and these freedoms, that it's all really an illusion. And once we really get out of that matrix and we see that, how we can really be, a free people, a free spirited people, not having a lot of what we would call those unnecessary stressors of life hitting us. It just brings us out. And one of the beautiful things last night, it was just to see how happy people were. And this was a genuine happiness. It was not one where, sometimes, when you go to places, you're wondering what's going to pop off. You're wondering who's going to act the fool. You're wondering, what's going to be, who's going to be the drama, or when it's going to start, where it's going to come from, or whatever. But here, man, you don't have to worry about that in Africa. That's literally, I've been to 33 African countries, and I'm telling you, there is no fear. I could walk down the street in the middle of the night, and I don't have to worry about looking over my shoulder, or, who's coming after me, or be prepared. You don't have to worry about that. But last night, it was a joy just to see people dancing and talking and hugging and, just having a good old time, man. And that's what you strive for. And I'm telling you, man, you achieved it. You really achieved it. And you set a bar, man. Yes, all praises to the Most High, because like I said, you set a bar that I know, man, from here on out, people are going to be coming, man, from the Western world just to be part of this event,
Look, I pray so, and, right now, you showing some footage of, your live from last night. And so this is like, while we talking, I haven't seen any of this, because at some point I went back into the kitchen, and for about an hour or two, I was just, cooking, just trying to pump food out. And so I haven't seen all of these smiles, all of this dancing. I didn't get a chance to see this. It really warms my heart, man, just to see this is what you were talking about, man. People are just having a good time. Man, they letting off some steam. Right now. Sometimes you got to leave it all on the floor.
You know what? Right here, when I see the sisters, man, they got their fans out there because it's hot, right? And my sister won't even come out. It's hot over there. I'm like, look, kill the excuses. Figure it out. But sometimes, man, we find excuses, man. Isn't Africa? Isn't it hot there? Who freaking cares? I heard that people are swinging from trees in the bush and the lions. Man, get out of that old mindset, man. We gotta get out of this mindset, and like this says right here, enrich your mind.
That's right.
Enrich your mind, because while people sitting in these Western worlds thinking that they got it going on, look, that's my man David right there. I'm gonna tell you, when they sit in these worlds, they really think that America's the greatest place. Oh, Western UK, Europe is the greatest place. Look, people done forgot about that. They moved on forward, and they're finding, man, I never knew there was other places like that where people look like me. 99.9% of the people are like me. And what we have a peaceful atmosphere. There ain't no attitudes of us trying to demolish and destroy each other because of these systems that have been in place for many of years. This is a place where we really can genuinely be around each other.
In harmony.
In harmony.
We get to be around each other in harmony and in peace. You know, and, you know, like you said, you know, we really don't have anything to worry about over here. It's not like, it's not like where I'm from. You know, I mean, I'm from a war zone, brother. It's a war zone. Okay.
Chicago is a war zone.
Period, point blank, you know. And so
St. Louis, you St. Louis.
A war zone. You know, a lot of the cities, you know, because we're basically in the cities. We're not in these states where it ain't really, you know, a lot of it. We're in the inner cities, and most of them are plagued with us doing each other wrong. You know, I say it all the time that you know, we got to come out of this where we at right now, because we either shaking ass or we shooting each other. You know what I'm saying? And so that gotta end, you know. But I understand, you know, it's been 400 years. You know, we've been through a lot. There's a lot of untreated trauma floating around in our DNA. And so at the end of the day, bro, when we gonna start healing? And I personally don't believe that you can fully heal while you still in the land of your captivity. It can start there, but you gotta get uprooted to really expedite your healing. You can still be on the plantation. You know what I'm saying? But like you said earlier, a lot of us don't even understand that we still in a state of servitude. Because, you know, that's a whole nother video. But this was an amazing.
It is. Yes, I mean, just to see like I said, you know, the difference that you can compare. Many people don't have that. You know, they don't have that something to compare the difference with. Many people think that we are just one type of people. This is how we act. We act a fool. We do this right here. And I ain't saying that everybody's perfect, because we're coming from a traumatic experience from damn Erica. But
that's right.
I do know that, like you said, you know, Africa's a place where you can curtail or you can curb that behavior. You can change. So I don't expect people to, you know, come to Africa and then there's immediate change. That takes years. This is why I know that, you know, people, you know, who they, you know, might see this video and be like, look, they're shaking their tails, this and that. I mean, I know that I had to grow out of that. And there's many people who have to grow out of behaviors that maybe they think is okay to do or whatever it might be. But when at the end of the day, they are in a place that they can digress, they can cleanse, they can go ahead and filter out a lot of these habitual ways and old schools of thoughts by just being in a total different atmosphere, an environment that has a total different effect on you when it comes time for dealing with everyday life. That's what I've learned so much from Africa. Believe me, I have that American attitude, that impatience, that anger, and I catch myself and I'm like, I got to work on that area. I got to work on it. I got to stop being so like this here in Africa. And when I watch how Africans handle things, they got patience out the yin yang. Yeah. I mean, and be humble. Not to say they're perfect, but I'm telling you, it's a total different way that can really rub off on you, and you can begin to curtail some of the bad habits.
You know what? And I got to piggyback off that, because it's the same way with me. All of us went through that same thing. It's a purging. It's a purging of all of the impurities. You know, that Yeah, you know, I mean, I came over here. I'm a live wire, bro. So when I came over here, and I remember, you know, some Ghanaians just kind of staring at me. You know what I'm saying? And so immediately I'm like, bro, like what you staring at, man? And so I'm getting aggressive. And this
Yeah,
person, once he started talking, I see that, you know what, it wasn't what I'm used to as far as at home, somebody staring at me. What it is in his eyes, it was admiration. You know,
yeah,
they a lot of them admire our strength. A lot of them admire knowing what we've been through, and we still keep rising. You
yes,
can't destroy us, you know. And so it's
yeah,
admiration. And so what that had me to do, like you said, is calm down. That's the healing process. You know, they're
yes,
learning from us. We're learning from them. These are our cousins from hundreds of years ago. And so we're coming back together. And, you know, there's a learning curve. We got to learn each other again, right? And so that's what's happening. You know, we're doing business with each other. We're, you know, I mean, there's people that are marrying. There's Ghanaians that's getting married to African Americans or the diaspora, not just African Americans, but the diaspora and stuff. So we're just coming back together, bro. And it's a beautiful thing, man. This is a prophecy that's in the Bible. This is a
yes.
prophecy that's in the Bible. The two sticks will come back together, and that's in the last days. And that's what's happening. And I'm so glad that I'm a part of it, and so are you.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I didn't realize, man, until last night, the amount of people, man, who just came to me, man, and saying how impactful that I
Man,
was, and that, just hearing the stories from the people who were just sharing, man, how, they received, some of my advice or words. And it's like, that was what the whole mission with the Most High, man, is using me for, as
that's right.
a voice piece, man, a mouthpiece, in order to, man, just wake up a people, man, to show them, at this point in time of our life, it's time for us to start making some moves. It's time for
That's
us to
right.
start changing some old ways. It's time for us to embark on new lands, new areas. It's time for us now to get out of these plantation situations that we're in. And I'm not trying to knock on anybody of you and where you're at in your life. All I'm
Right.
saying is that this ain't for everybody, because it
True.
takes time for one to hear the voice, to receive the light. And it's
That's
only
true.
for this point in time for those who have been hearing. And yet, when I'm used as just a confirmation, because if you got a relationship with the Most High is going to share with you these things. And many people have said that. It's like, man, I've been hearing, man, about Africa, and I came across your channel. Then I was hearing this voice. The Lord is sharing with me about Africa. I don't know where it came. Then I came across your channel, and I'm like, I'm just a conduit. I'm just being used as just one of many that the Most High have out here, like yourself, to
Yeah.
wake up a people, and to show them the time is changing. The
That's right.
days are coming to an end of what these Western worlds that we have had so much love for, that now it's time to shift. It's time now to make a move in different directions than the places that we have frequently been part of. And that's what I see. Like you said, this has been prophesied,
That's right. That's right. Um, you right about it, bro. And um, it's a good thing to be used by him to help the people. You know, that's what this thing is about. That's why I did the Diaspora Enrichment Awards for the people, brother. I did it out my
Yeah.
pocket. I didn't have no
Yeah.
sponsors. Most of the we probably had a little bit over 200 people, and over half of those people were in there for free. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do
Yeah.
that. But I'm glad I did, and I'm glad that we had such an amazing night, man. Everybody's been texting me and calling me, and I'm seeing everybody put up their pictures and their videos. So you guys that's out there, go. If you're on Instagram, search Jerk Soul, or go to the Diaspora Enrichment Awards. See some of these pictures, see some of these videos, read some of these testimonies about the brothers and sisters who doing it over here, because they need your support. They need your support. Before last night, when we were calling, and shout out to Miss Jan, my partner in crime, my manager, who I couldn't have did this without Miss Jan, for sure. But she was telling me like, hey, I'm calling the honorees and everything, and she was telling me about how many people literally were getting emotional over the phone. It was people talking about, you know what? I'm this close to leaving. I'm this close to
Yeah.
leaving. So I need this night. And I thank you. And I can't believe somebody even thought about me to give me an award for my business and what I'm doing. My farm, my dental office,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And so, bro, what I'm expecting to come from this is unity. I'm expecting collaboration. I'm expecting a people to really turn our backs on everything. Not everything, but most of the negative things that we've been indoctrinated with. Because it's a new day, and it's time for us to go to our next level in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. There again, like I said, man, let me come back over here. Just
This is
want
a
to give
great
people.
video.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Great video. Great
This is
video,
a
man,
great
where
video.
people, man, had a ball. And I tell you, this will be talked about for a long time. And I'm quite sure the anticipation will be even that much more greater for your second one.
For the
You
second
know,
one.
yeah, the second one that you'll have next year.
That's right.
And I'm quite sure, man, there will be many people who wants to be part of this and partake in this
Yeah.
awesome opportunity. And like you said, I want people to know that you came out your pocket and you wanted to host this and to do this for people. And so
Yeah.
I want to at least give you the opportunity to share with people, for those who might be interested in donating or sponsoring. How can they reach you?
Yeah. You know what? If anyone any one of your viewers ever want to donate to Jerk Soul, they can do it through Zelle. And all they got to do is put in our email address, which is jerksoulgh@gmail.com. That's JERKSOULGH @gmail. You know what? I'm not gonna
Say
lie.
that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Jerk.
You broke up.
Okay. JerkSoulGH. JERKSOULGH @gmail.com. And it'll help us to keep going. It'll help us to stay in business. It'll help us, buy food, for the restaurant, seasonings for the restaurant. It'll help out with the lights, the salaries for the staff, the rent. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you in advance to anybody that wants to donate. Much love.
Yeah. So, is there anything else, brother, that you would love to share to the people as we come here to a close? And I'm going to open the floor up to you all. Anybody has questions, please ask the questions for myself or Brother Judah if you have any questions. But do you have anything, brother, that you would like to share with the people?
Yeah, I
Anything
do
that's in your
actually.
mind? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got something, bro. Man, I love y'all, man. You know what? If you never thought about taking that trip, think about it. Get a plane ticket. Sometimes I hear, oh, it's so expensive. But that same person will have a $2,000 cell phone in their hand. They'll have on their whole outfit will be, worth $500 to $1,000. So listen, y'all, we got to put the excuses to the side, and then and we got to start expanding our minds. And so, and let's expand outside of just going to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Or just traveling around
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
If you know what, make it a point next year to get you a plane ticket. You ain't gotta come to Ghana. You ain't gotta come kick it with us. You should, because we lit. But you can come. You can come to any African country. They gonna show you love. You gonna see somebody who look just like you, who look just like your auntie, your mama. You know, and I swear, Go Black. Every day that I wake up, it's like a new adventure, man. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
I've been out for 2 years and I still cannot believe that I live here. I am from Roseland. I am from the south side of Chicago, and the neighborhood that I'm from is called the Wild Hundreds. And I was a part of making it wild. But I think about the little kids, the little ghetto boys from where I'm from, because I used to be a little ghetto boy, bro. I look at them and I think about them and I'm like, yo, they just got to see something different. They just got to see something different. They got to
Yeah.
leave the city, leave the state, then leave the country, and your mind just continues to expand. And so I'm pleading with y'all, just buy a plane ticket. That's it.
We got our first question, brother, from Kimberly Moore. Peace and blessings to you, sister. She's asking, I'm a hair salon owner in California. How would you suggest making the transition?
Getting a plane ticket. Get a plane ticket, because it's always about the first step, right? No matter what it is you want to try to do in life, it's about taking that first step. And a lot of times we talk ourselves out of something that we should be doing. Even if it's because of a little bit of fear or whatever the case is, we'll just talk ourselves out of it. You'll hear a little small voice telling you to do a certain thing, and then you'll be like, nah, I'll maybe next year, something like that. So I would say, sister, get on Google Flights, look at the flights, figure out a week that you come, get you a plane ticket. If you don't have a passport, then that's definitely the first step. Passport, easy to do. Visa, easy to do. Plane ticket, easy to do. All you got to do is do it.
Let me add to that too, because you definitely hit on those points. And my thing is that if you have a salon in California, what transitions did you go through to start that? There ain't no difference. There ain't no difference except for, you're going to come travel over here, but the process is still the same. And that's the advantage that you have. If you started a business in America, it's 10 times. Let me ask you this, right? Do you think it's easier to start a business here than America?
Yes. a million times
In
easier.
what ways would you add to that?
Well, in America, and especially depending on what city you in, if you're in a bigger city, LA, New York, Chicago, there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of political stuff sometimes that you gotta, jump through hoops and all kind of stuff just to open up a little something. You know what I mean? That I did not experience that here. I'll give you an example. So, for a restaurant in America, if you want to sell alcohol, what do you need to have? You need to have a liquor license, right? Liquor licenses are crazy expensive. And in the restaurant world, you don't really make money from food. You make money from the drinks, right? And so I've never been able to have a liquor license in America. I never could afford it. But over here, you don't even need that. I was mind blown. I was like, I don't need a liquor license. I could just have a bar and sell alcohol. Let's do it. Sign me up. It's easier, bro.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, it is. That's why I said the sky ain't the limit in Africa. It's limitless.
That's right.
Limitless. Of a lot of things. Not to say that it's not challenging to get, things rocking and rolling, trying to find location and trying to figure out that just goes with the territory of starting business. But in America, there's a lot of bureaucracy. There's a lot of red tape that you have to sometimes deal with. And sometimes you have to have a tremendous amount of capital to start a business.
Let's start right there. You can start right there. And our people don't have all of this money and all of this credit that a lot of the others have, right? So we already got strikes against us. And then you got to you're still dealing with some form of oppression. So it's so much harder to do something simple at home that it's not the case over here.
Yeah, I mean, even taxes. America eats you up in taxes because you got 2 restaurants that you ran there and your trucking business. I mean, and I'm telling you, man, and they killing me and my wife in taxes, almost 50%. It blows my mind how much every month I put away in taxes and this is highway robbery. It's crazy. Exactly what it is.
It's oppression. It's another form of oppression. And guess what? Yeah, you gotta pay. They don't really have. I'm not gonna say they don't have a tax system over here. It ain't like America's tax system, but way more easier, way more lenient. There's no credit system over here for sure. So that's why the people over here, even though it's a developing country, when you look at the totality of everything, they're in a much better situation than we are. We're under debt, which is oppression. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no debt over here. They own their homes. They own their cars. You got to pay everything up front. When I first got my first place over here, I had to pay the whole year up front, which was liberating to me because I didn't have to think about rent for a whole year. It was awesome.
Yeah, we've been going in and out, man, with this signal and everything. So people have to be patient with us. How long you've been here? How long? Somebody's asking how long have we been here?
2 years.
2 years.
That's it. I'm still a baby.
And y'all saw his restaurant. Yeah.
Go Black.
The
largest African American owned restaurant in the country of Ghana. 2 years.
Yeah.
It won't take you a long time to get off the ground and do something significant, y'all. It don't take that much. You just gotta do it.
And I'll say this right here too, because I said this last night in my when I was speaking to the people, was that and people, how people say, when you dream big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe
No,
in
you
that. I
don't.
always tell people dream small.
Yeah.
You know, when you dream big, people dream so big that it seems so impossible to reach it. Dream small. Do the little things at once, one step at a time.
That's right.
You know, you can't
That's
come
right.
out like baseball and try to hit a home run. Try to get on first base. Can you make it to first base? You know,
That's like
because
that's like
we
eating
have
a
these.
steak. That's like eating a
Yeah,
just eating a whole steak. Just you know what I'm saying. But no, you gotta. It's like the word of God. You know what I'm saying. You gotta start with milk first. But you know when you graduate to that steak, you gotta take it. You know, small bite at a time to finish it up
yeah,
to eat it. Same thing with life.
yeah. I mean, and that's why I tell people, look, start small, get to know, learn, and then slowly grow. And that's what you do. You know, don't be coming out here with these big dreams and then do like my man like my man Judah. He dump it all in and be like, "Yo, I'm aggressive." We talked about that, and there's some people like that. There's some
Yeah,
people who are just made that way. But for most of our people, you had the background experience in restaurants and business, though, to do that. Most
that's a
people,
difference.
they don't understand that.
Hmm.
You know, people always ask about what type of business or what kind of business I could come to Africa and start this and that, and then they got all these different dreams and goals, and I'm like, if you're not doing business in America, how in the world do you think you can be successful coming to a foreign country and starting without no experience? And
Mm.
that is the thing that I try to tell people. Don't be coming over here in Africa, coming and thinking that, oh, I can take my little $5,000 and then try to start a business. And then I have these goals to go ahead and it's going to be boom. No, 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 no.
So
You're setting yourself up for
you'll be
failure.
back at home fast.
You'll be right back in America like many people have done. And yet, my thing is that you have to really, like you said, come visit, not just once, several times, and then connect,
Right.
learn the country. We can go to Jamaica, Bahamas, we can go to
Yeah.
Costa Rica, Panama, we can go to all those
Yeah.
countries that we go to thinking that we did something, and yet when you think you're going to come to Africa and have the same, it's totally different.
Yeah.
It's a totally
It's
different
totally different.
experience.
Being on this side of the earth is it's way different than being in America. The sun seems to be different. The air seems to be different. The water seems to be different. I don't know. Maybe it's because the air water is not poisoned. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But at home, they spraying the air. It's stuff in the water. They injecting the food crazy style. We just bugged out. Like, how much more do we need to just continue to are we gluttons for punishment? I mean, we got to figure
Yeah.
this out. We
Yeah.
got to figure this out, y'all. Come on.
Somebody's asking us, how's the food? How's the food here? Well, you are already in the restaurant business, and I can always say, hey, over at Jerk Soul, the food is outstanding. So I mean, but the Ghanaians have their own culture of food, which is good. Yeah. But I tell you this right here, what many Ghanaians, you want to get yourself out of tight situations, broaden your culinary skills into bringing in different ways of doing it, because everybody basically does the same dishes, same flavor, same thing, and the Europeans are winning off of that because they're coming in bringing Italian, Chinese, Lebanese, and so when we get tired of eating the same old type of Ghanaian food, our money then shifts over to them. Even though we have our Ghanaians, I don't even understand this. most of the Ghanaians are cooking the food at these Italians and these Lebanese places. The problem of it is that why aren't you opening up your businesses with these? You take the skills from them and go do your own.
That's right.
Learn how it's done and then go do your own.
And another as far as how is the food, you know what? It's real. It's not GMO. It's not fake like your food is, like your seeds are. It's real. It's fresh. You'll get to see what a real mango tastes like without chemicals. You'll get to see what a real chicken tastes like without all of the injections. You'll get to see what clean water tastes like. You know what I'm saying? You would think that these basic elements of all of the stuff that we need just to, navigate this life, you would think that these things would be simple, but they are simple in places like Africa.
Yeah.
It's real, it's fresh, it's organic. That's how the food is.
Many places are, and many places aren't. If you want to go to the grocery stores and eat from the bags, the boxes, you can get those foods, you can get those with all the chemicals and everything in there. But you'll find many of the local vegetables or even some of the meats are not shot up with chemicals and a lot of herbicides, pesticides that are on these foods, and so you can see a difference. But I will say though that there are products that are shipped in from other countries.
You can get you some certain things that we're used to in America. They ship that stuff over, if that's what you want to do, but for the most part, your diet would change. You would begin to lose weight. You would begin to be more healthy. Your skin clears up. Your mind clears up. So just really just being over here, physically being over here, is miles beyond my life at home. Because if I'm at home, I'm probably eating all the bull crap. I went home for 4 months over the summertime and I gained about 30-something pounds. Just eating the bull crap. Because it's most of the things that's in America, we don't really have access here. You might could find a Snicker bar or something like that, but a lot of the stuff that is enticing in America, you're not really gonna have it. So when I went back home, man, probably every night, my mother got mad at me because I was eating up all her Doritos. She's like, why you eating up all my Doritos? I don't know. But I'm just, so it's just been awesome, man. It's been an awesome experience. You have been paramount to not only me, but a lot of people, which I definitely think you saw that last night. I could tell that you saw, like you said, the impact that you've had on the public, on the brothers and sisters. And so, bro, I really want to thank you for delivering such an amazing keynote speech. I thank you for just being there, because I'm like, man, after it's over and we just kicking it, they're gonna be coming up to him at, oh, go Black, you know what I'm saying? So they wasn't there to see me last night. Everybody came, all them people came to see you.
I think we all came really to be with each other, brother. For real. I'm just one man out here, man, a voice in the wind for the Lord. I'm nobody, man. And I sometimes I gotta correct people on that. I don't give autographs. Don't call me no star. Don't call me no no, that, all that names and stuff. No, I don't get caught up in that mess. That's to me, it's an offensive. I can get offended when, but I get it when people have become from countries to glorify. The only glorification we should do is to the Most High, not to man. And
That's right.
so, but I understand when you watch somebody and you listen to somebody and you finally see them, it's like, hey, man, well, and you're impactful. I get it. I understand that. But there's some things that I do not, cross the line in. I'm not this, like they say, these stars and these daggone things, I can take a selfie with you and, and we can chop it up and stuff like that. But no, that night was all of us. And, like I said, you hit it off, man. You hit it off.
Thank you, bro.
So,
thank you.
Well, man, I don't want to hold you up, man. I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to end with the folks here with a few words. And appreciate you, man. You have a awesome night, and you take care, because it's midnight, y'all here. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's 12:15, And also, you guys, come over and subscribe to my channel as well. Judah's Exodus, JUDAH apostrophe S, Exodus, EXODUS. Why? Because there will be a second Exodus.
Yeah. All right, brother. I'll be talking with you.
Peace.
All
Shalom.
right. Shalom. Yeah, family. So, hey, that's the man right there, who hit it off. Awesome evening. If you came in late, please rewind. You get to see exactly all that was there at the event, those who were the recipients, and a grand old time in Africa, here in Ghana, how it was a people coming together as one, enjoying themselves. And I know we do that in damn America, put the D in front of America, capitalize E. I know we can get together and still have a joyous occasion. So I'm not going to take that away from us, but I'm just sharing that it's also done here at a different type of spirit in the motherland. So with that, somebody said, we're on the way, Go Black. Hey, the doors are wide open for you all. People are waiting for you all. Opportunity is waiting for you all. The Most High is waiting for you all. And I'm telling you, every person that I've met who's come here, their lives have been changed. It's been changed in one way or another. I'll say this right here too, is that it will expose you. Africa is going to expose you. It's going to expose you, your weaknesses and your strengths. It's going to test you, how strong you think you are. Because many of us are really, let's just say, pampered in a way with these accommodations and these ways of life that as soon as something don't go your way, you're twisted out of shape and it exposes you. But if you hold on long enough, you will find out how strong you really are when the little things that you think that you need or want and you can't have, you will find really your strengths. You really will. So if anybody has any last questions, I will entertain them before I bid you all a good night. If you have any questions, please put a question mark and one question in a question, please, instead of a paragraph long. But anybody have a question? Let me say here also too that I do consultations. You can go to my website to goblack2africa.com. I do consultations for those who want to travel to Africa because many people, who don't know how to travel, or those who want to save a lot of money and not be taken advantage of, or just want to find have some contacts when they get on the ground. Want to know what country maybe they can go and visit, or and I need to know about you to be able to give you answers. This is why my time is very limited, but I I only deal with serious people. That's why there's a money attached. I used to do all this for free until people waste my time, because you know how we could be. But in saying that, also properties. You know, I own 3 properties. I own a business in Tanzania. And, you know, I also share with people how they can do it. So, you know, let me get to some of these questions that I'm seeing popping up. Let's see here. When are you going to Tanzania? I'll be there before you even know it, here shortly, a few weeks maybe. How far would 40,000 get me in Africa, as far as moving out there for starters? Let me say this right here. Is that all you got? What country are you talking about? How's your lifestyle? Are you willing to live off of, maybe, are you going to be eating in these European restaurants that's going to suck $20 out of you per meal? Are you going to be trying to live in a hotel that's going to cost you $150 a day? Are you still going to try to live the same lifestyle that you live in America? $40,000, I guarantee you ain't going to last you a year. You're going to be like, $40,000? Yeah, because I've watched many people come in here, $20,000, $30,000, go like that. Because these foreigners, the Lebanese, Chinese, the Europeans who got these American lifestyles, gonna suck your money away. That's what they do. But if you are willing to say, you know what, I'm gonna live like a Ghanaian, a Tanzanian, and I'm gonna find places that are suitable enough for me that I can spend $250 living in a house and rent it out, or $300 a month, $400 a month. Or are you gonna go ahead and say, I want to stay right over there in that $1,500 a month apartment? That right there is $18,000 a year, just in that. So how is your lifestyle? This is why I do consultations, because I need to find out about you, because many of you all don't even know how to budget. Many of you all don't, you know, and if you've saved up 40,000, hooray. Hooray. Because that is a milestone, that a brother and sister can save $40,000. I would not use that money on using for living. I would use that money in how can I use it to generate an income, not using that money to live off of. So you need to have another stream of income that you can support you. Because if you're trying to use 40,000 to live off and try to start a business, you know, good luck. It's going to be very challenging, because I don't know how your lifestyle is. Some of y'all have vices that'll suck money out of you. Some of y'all smoke cigarettes. Some of y'all drink your liquor. That's just way more money that's out of your pocket. I'm just keeping it real. Many of y'all don't know how to budget. Many of y'all don't know how to cut back. Many of y'all don't know how to live beneath your means. I go out here sometimes, in the majority of the time, I'm out here and I get my food and I'm like, why would I go? And sometimes do, but why would I go to a restaurant and spend freaking, and sometimes I do, but why would I go spend $25 freaking for a meal when I can get it for right on here on the street, that the same Ghanaian, the same flavor, the same ingredients, that I can get for $6, $3. And I'm very picky where I eat, because I mean, if it ain't clean, if it ain't, like, you can tell who really cares about how they serve, how they put their places together. You will know. And you see the ranges of prices based upon the atmosphere that you want to be in. You want to be in a European field style like America? Oh, they're going to hit you up $25 to make you feel like that you're getting more for your buck. I'm just saying. You want to stay in a hotel that can cost you $150 a night? Just saying. You want to go where the people trying to act like they're Americans in some of these barbershops, and then they're going to charge you $10, $15. But you know what? In America, though, it costs $30. It do. But you know what? I can get a haircut right over here for $2. But if you want to be in that atmosphere over here in Africa, go ahead, spend that $10, $15. See, because it's about saving money. And a lot of us don't know how to do that. You want to go into where these clothing stores are and they got these foreign prices because imports cost money. And I'm going to tell you what's going to destroy a lot of y'all money is when you go to these grocery stores trying to eat the same product from America. I don't touch none of it. I don't touch none of that stuff. It's expensive. Do you know how much? I'm going to say ice cream, for instance. Haagen-Dazs ice cream. A pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream costs you dang near $12. You want to eat your Fruit Loop cereal or your Kellogg's, whatever, it's going to cost you almost $11-12 for a box of cereal. You want your Snickers bar, because brother mentioned the Snickers bar, no problem. It's going to cost you $5 for it. Yeah. You want your Doritos? Oh, we got it for you. It's going to cost you $6 because of the import taxes. And some of y'all act like you can't live without it. You're not willing to sacrifice. You're not willing to go through the grind. That's why we suffer, because nobody really wants to sacrifice. Very few of us sacrifice. That's why you could find those who come out of poverty, like myself. You know how long I sacrificed? I don't wear designer freaking clothes to make a white man rich. I can care less. It doesn't mean that I don't have some of these names on some of the clothes. A lot of that I gave away back in the day but when I woke up, man, them loafer shoes I got, I can go and say, oh, these jokers on sale, $30, and they regularly cost $100 and some dollars. I get that joker. But I don't wear nothing to be trying to show off and all. No, forget all that. Because now I like the old saying that old, what's his name? Dave Ramsey used to say. He used to say, and this was in the 90s, live like you never lived before, meaning live poor. Poor as poor, so that you can live like you've never lived before. And that's living very well. And I did that. For many of years, I sacrificed the 3 jobs I've worked, working 7 days a week back then. Viola Allen says, how much is consultations? Go to my website. Go to my website and see what you're worth. See how much you're worth. Because people are going to say, my God, he's charging that. Well, you are only worth what you put in. That's on you, because information is valuable. And I tell people, look, the information I'm giving you is free. It's my time that cost you. It's my time. Yep. To see any other questions? Any other questions here? Somebody says, go black, dropping gym. Yeah, I'm going to drop those gold nuggets because I'm trying to help people, you know. I mean, you know, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know, that's when you make change. And many of us don't even realize that we're sick and tired. We have become so numb to how we live that we think it's normal. We can sit back and go through drama. Oh, you know, he, she, and you fill with arguments and debate and arguing. You think it's normal. You think being broke is normal. You think that, you know, looking rich, trying to look rich with a broke bank account is normal. They told you that lie. You think it's okay for them to turn out your lights, repossess your car. You think it's okay to be in debt and owe everybody. This is what we passed on as ideas to our children. Who's going to correct that mess? Who am I using for internet provider? I got different ones, but right now it's MTN that I'm using. Yep. Let's see here. What part of Ghana would you suggest? I can't suggest. I gotta know you. Many people ask me that question. What country? What? Look, we all have different backgrounds. We all have different backgrounds. I can't tell you exactly what part to live in because you are different. I don't know anything really about you. And I get it when people ask the question, but think about it. What place, what area is the best place, or what part of Ghana would I suggest? Okay, I live here in East Lagoon. East Lagoon is an expensive area. Should I suggest that to many people? I don't think so, because many people probably ain't gonna be able to afford here. I don't know what your pockets are like. I don't know. I don't know. I have to be very responsible, and I have to keep in mind that we all come from different backgrounds. And that's why I meticulously, when I come to my consultations, I need to get to know you. And that's why before your consultation, I'm going to ask you, send your question based upon which consultation you chose, and tell me a little bit about yourself, so that then I can give you at least some accurate information in what you're trying to do and endeavor. Because, there are some people who can get down and live very cheap and don't matter where they lay their head. And there are those who say, I am bougie and I do care where I live or how I live. I'm very funny about, I gotta have air conditioner. I got, those things are very important to know. I need to be in the city. I don't need to be out in the country. I need to, I don't mind being by myself or away from the mass low. All of these things be based upon how you are. So, questions are not immediately asked. It can be immediately answered sometimes. Somebody asked, how much will you recommend someone to have as starting capital to start a small scale business in Africa? What type of business? This right here is, and this is not to put anybody down. We really got to methodically think about the approach of, this is a great opportunity for us to see. The questions reveal some of maybe the uneducations that we have when it comes to knowing how to travel and how to get into areas. This is why, it's like, how much would you recommend someone have to start capital to start a small scale business? How am I going to answer that, really? Think about it. What type of business are you talking about? What, you want to start a fleet of cars? You trying to start a hotel? You trying to start a fruit stand? You trying to start clothing? You trying to start hair? You trying to start, what are you trying to start? And by knowing that, if I knew that, and if you had a consultation, then I say, okay, no problem. I can now connect you with a local or somebody who's doing that business, and you talk to them and you can ask them and they can tell you what they did. Because starting a business is all based upon, how do you want the business? Because our man Judah, who has his restaurant, he went lavish with his business. I wouldn't have done that, but he did that. He spent a lot of money and got everything. I mean, his tables are all crafted and cut out. It's in shapes and wood, heavy wood and chairs. And me, I wouldn't have done that starting off with my business. No, I would have started with probably plastic chairs and plastic tables. Everybody does differently. Everybody does different. Have I visited Port Harcourt, Nigeria? No, I haven't been in Nigeria yet. I'm planning on being there next year. Let's see, what other questions do we have? I want everybody to win. And I'm telling y'all, thank you, Jan, for your heart of giving. I appreciate the super sticker. Thank you very much. I want everybody to win. And I believe everybody can win if they change the way they think. And that's the hardest thing that I've found for our people to do, is change the way they think. We are our worst enemy because it is hard for many people to get out of their own way. It's hard. I can sit here and tests has been done like this. You can tell somebody, I can sit here and say, you can do this way and you'll become a millionaire. If you do it this way, right here, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. Majority of people will fail. Do you know why? Because there are people who don't have the endurance. There's people who don't have the discipline. There's people who don't have the motivation. There are people who just are just poor spiritually and mentally. There are people who just can't follow directions. There are people who can't follow a format. We are just all made up with different strengths and weaknesses. And if you don't do a self-assessment, knowing you could be setting yourself up before you even get into something and failure. And I've seen that so many times with people coming into Africa. I've seen so many people start something and they failed. And it's like, and I look at them and see, even when I'm in America, I look at them. I started many businesses in America. And it's like, they're not going to last long. Nope. They ain't going to last long. And it's sad how we can open up a business, put our hard-earned money into something, and I can know off the first month, this person don't even have the discipline to show up on work on time. They got hours on their door, and they come in late, and they close early. They won't be long. I've seen so many. They say 70% of Black businesses fail within the first 5 years. 70%. We're not serious. Many of us can't do everything. And it says you can do everything. No, you can't. Some people can't. Because people can't be honest to look themselves in the mirror and say, this is my weakness. You're a freak. Look, this is what I do. Sometimes I look at it and it's like, you're lazy, man. You need to get off your tail. And you need to become more disciplined in this area. You got to stop playing games. Stop lying to yourself, man. I do that sometimes. Who are you kidding, man? You're lying to yourself. People don't want to do that. People don't get up in the morning and brush their teeth and wash their face and stop for a moment and say, man, you're a liar. Man, you're a cheat. You're a thief. People can't do that. If you did that, things will change. No, I'm a good person. I'm open and I'm loving and I'm caring. It's everybody against me, though. No, you're not. You're not loving at all times. You can be hell on wheels. You can be a liar and a cheat at times. You can have a bad attitude, no patience. We all have it. Not me. No, I'm that loving person. I can't stand people like that. No, they can't be honest. They think they're just so loving all the time. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Well, you know what? You just keep on living because you're your own Achilles heel. You're not getting anywhere. They always point the fingers at everybody else. I'm keeping it real. I'm going over time in my time because I guess this is what I'm being led to say, to be shared. Some of y'all can't even follow the commandments of the Most High. I ain't going to say you got to be perfect, but the Spirit is. We can't even last in that. Check yourself. It's easy to find where you're weak in. Everything that deal with your flesh. It's easy to find out your weakness. I'm going up 6 months. This New Year's coming. How many of you all made these New Year's resolutions and you failed this year? I remember doing the video. It seemed like it was just yesterday. So many of y'all going to do New Year's resolutions and fail because y'all asking for, you're speaking the wrong things into the bosom of the Most High. You don't even understand how the mechanics of a spiritual voice and words even know act or how they operate. I want to start a business. Until you study life and you understand by your own failures and recognizing your own failures and your weaknesses is when change will come. Until you do that, you're going to keep doing the same thing. And that's called admitting your faults. I've been trying to break away from this woman or this guy. I've been trying to lose weight, break away from this bad habit of food. I've been trying to get more patience. I've been trying to change my attitude. I've been trying to admit it out loud. Ask to be exposed. See, I'm dropping gold nuggets right now. Y'all want change? I'm telling you, Lord, show me my nasty ways. Be prepared. It will come. Show me the nastiness in your eyesight so that I can move beyond this. Show me. Open my eyes up so I can see how I'm destroying my own life, my own endeavors, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations. Show me, Lord, these things that are in me. This is how you're going to get over people. I'm telling you. I'm 57 years old and I had to walk this out. And the Most High put me through a period of observing people and myself. Everything starts with you and everything ends with you. And when I went through this self-examination, it was not pretty and it was very ugly and it was hard for me to swallow. But you know what? Okay, all right. Yeah, this is your man, not your boy. Oh, but look, I use these at times. I'm gonna be real with you. When you look, I'm man all man. But I'll tell you this right here. When you shown how nasty you are, evil you are, wicked you are by the Most High, it is not a friendly, easy pill to swallow, but it's a refreshing deliverance. Because the Most High wants to break you up, not break you down. The Most High wants to break you up into pieces, then reassemble you in the right way you should be. Who's here listening? I'm telling you. Y'all follow that, because I'm telling you, as long as you are honorable. You know, people think, I ain't talking about this God thing. I don't want to hear that. It's not for you. You keep doing what you do then. Keep doing what you do. Yep. Keep living in your little miserable life, and you thinking everything is okay. And in the dark, closed night, while you lay your head, you still cry yourself to sleep. You still waddle in your bitterness and anger. You still have your resentful heart. Your heart is so hardened that you forgot how to love. You walk around like this all the time. You walking on pins and needles. I know the breath. I know the vibe. I know the pulse, because I came out of that mess of the depression that you're in. I know the loneliness of people. You know, the number of suicides have gone up just in today, just because of a day they call Christmas. You know, people because they're lonely. My mom, my dad passed, and I can't spend time with them because you got trapped into a man's world holiday that have trapped you into believing this day is supposed to be the season of giving, of exchange of gifts. It's Jesus' baby in the manger's birthday. Yeah, you know I'm walking on some of you all's holiday, but I'm just saying, these are traps. If you want to be delivered from all these things, you got to recognize how you operate. And the first recognition is that there is one greater than you. And I'm only speaking from facts, truth in my life. I'm telling you, I ain't trying to bring you in no daggone religion. I ain't asking you for no money. I'm not trying to get you to follow me. I'm just trying to go ahead and be a mentor, an elder, one who has sound counsel. That is the commandments of the Most High that I decided to live by. You think this world cares about you? You think they're going to give you answers? All these people up here now talking about, oh, I go to my psychiatrist. Everybody going run a psychiatrist. This is the end thing now. Oh yeah, spend my money for my psychiatrist. Oh yes, they help me. Yeah, there's people on edge. People about to take their life. I almost took my life at the age of 28. I almost took my life. This is a man that almost took his life. October the 7th, 1994. I almost took my life. I was 28 years old. Yes, I was. But when I finally surrendered, because I thought I was all that, I thought I was the man with the plan. I thought I was the woman. I was a whore maker. Yeah, I was. For you ladies who are listening, you know what a whore maker is? A man who lays with you and causes you to be a whore. Yeah, because it says in the scriptures, for do not make your women whores by laying down with them without marrying them. I was a whore maker. And that's how us men need to look at these things. Y'all think that I'm not tempted when I see, y'all saw the videos, y'all saw those beautiful women last night. I'm not exempt from temptations. All those sins that I touched when I was younger, they still raise their heads up, trying to tempt me. Because it's a familiar spirit and it will be with me to the day I die. All the things that you laid your hand to, your eyes to, your ears to, the five senses you have, they will always try to raise it. That spirit will always try to root its head and try to pull you back. But there's a power that I have greater than that. They don't have to fall into the trap. Yeah, most definitely. I'm being real and I'm being transparent with y'all because I know I've been there. I know majority, I bet you 90% of y'all right now is living through hell. Guarantee you, because stats don't lie. The numbers do exist. And I've been there. And I hope that somebody is listening because there's only a small percentage who are going to take heed to what the words that I'm saying. Everybody else is just going to continue on because it's already written. There shall come a spirit after they hear the truth, shall take that away from them. And they'll go on their own. They go down that same road. And it takes time. I've heard that too back when I was younger. Somebody came along and was like, brother, you ever thought about, man, just changing how you are? Man, what you talking about, man? I'm having the time of my life. Shoot. I'm getting my drink on. I'm going to get the skirts going. I'm going to run these women and I'm going to have the time of my life. That was me. So I'm not trying to bust on nobody's head. I'm only speaking for them because I came out of darkness and it sure feels good to be in the light. I was tired of doing self-inflictions to myself by the stupid decisions I made. Yeah, I had children out of wedlock. I caused sexual diseases. I used to be broke as a joke. I used to be in depressions. I used to be in very low places. And people couldn't believe when I say I was about to kill myself back then. My old homies and friends back, what you talking about, man? You used to always be the life of the party. You was always the dancer. You was the one man with the women. Man, I was lonely, man. Deep down in my spirit, man, I was hurting. I had issues, man, from the past pains of my childhood. I didn't get rectified and I didn't try to change. These things I harbor within. I didn't talk to nobody about that. Not at all. Nope. Not at all. I didn't tell people that I was abused as a child. I didn't even tell anybody that my babysitter molested me, wrecked my brain. Sure did. It was a female babysitter. I was a young little 8-9-year-old. Can you imagine how that messed with my mind? That's why I don't get hard on people when it's like, if they're gay, if they're, dealing with depressions and stuff like that, because it messed my mind up. You know, can you imagine your babysitter? You're 9 years old and she was on her period, had to fondle her. No, I'm being transparent with y'all because some of y'all went through it. Some of y'all young men been molested by men, and y'all decided it put something in your mind and you turned gay, or it made you a woman abuser. It made you it fucked with you. That's what it did with me. That's what it did with me. Because when she did that, I had it turned off something to really be close with the woman. I looked at the woman with disgust. I looked at the girls with disgust. Can you imagine being 9 and a woman she was 16 or 17 years old. For me to follow her and she following me and she's on her period, and to see such a grotesque thing at 9 years old, and that's stuck in your mind. That's why I don't go hard on people when I see that, how they behave. But you know what? I carry that. I'll never forget when I first broke my virginity at 18 years old. The first time I was with a woman, laid down in the bed, could not get an erection because I had that stuck in my head. I had that stuck in my head. I couldn't even get an erection. She thought it was something wrong with her. And it was everything with me. You see, sometimes y'all got to understand. I'm going to speak it for here. Sometimes y'all I'm going to talk to the ladies. Men only operate out of anger and bad behaviors because they haven't shared like I'm sharing with you all. Many of our young men have been violated as boys. And many of our young women has been violated as young girls. And we carry that into relationships. And then we go from relationship after relationship, and talking about we looking for the person. And yet you ain't even got healed yet. You haven't even got healed. And when I was about to take my life at the age of 28, and I'll never forget that day, October 7th, 1994, I called on the Most High. I didn't know nothing about God. I didn't know about no scripture and scrolls and who I really was. All I knew was that I keep hearing that my mom said, yeah, there is a God. There's this Jesus. I didn't live that life. My mom and dad didn't live that life. She said that. My mom and dad was upside down. My mom abused me as a kid. My mom was a very violent, nasty woman. See, I'm saying all this being transparent because I know majority of y'all are looking for help and we keep it silent. You know, I've told people, even when I talk to people who are living these LGBT lifestyle and stuff, why don't y'all just be real? Most of y'all know you say you come out the closet when you got pride, but you fucking left the god doggone violator in the closet and you won't even disclose who they were. Put them on blast so you can get your healing. But you prance around being prideful, like this is who you are. I was born this way. Bullshit. Let's talk about who fucked over you and letting these jokers get away. Who's the brother who just came up about everybody thinks it was Tyler Perry who actually violated him? What's that brother's name? Yeah, the guy came and jumped in my bed and was asking me to come, this and that. And this guy's a billionaire. Man, shut the hell up. Disclose who that violent person is so he don't do it to somebody else. Why are you going to protect the violator? Well, it was my dad. It was my mother. It was my brother. It was my sister. It was my auntie. It was my uncle. I don't give a damn. You put them on blast so you can get your healing. It don't mean you have to tell the family members. You got to let it out. You need to share that with somebody and you let it out. Because I thought about doing this when them jokers, them gay people out there have their pride parades. I wanted to put booths out there and say, I want you to go into the booth. It's called the closet. And I want you to write your violator's name. And I want you to come outside of this closet with the violator written on the paper. And I want y'all to do this for those whoever's in around them pride parades, or somebody who is that, you take them in your room and I say, brother, sister, I want you to go in that closet and I want you to write on a piece of paper who violated you. And I want you to come out that closet and I want you to scream at the top of their lungs, their name. And I want you to rip up their name and rip them out of your memory. You let them know you got the control now. I had to do that with my mom, who was abusive, and that babysitter. I had to do that. The Lord showed me that. I went to confront my mom and told her about herself. I was respectful, because the good Lord say, I'm a respect. And when I say respect, meaning that I'm not going to curse you out, but what I'm going to do is tell you about yourself, what you did to me. And what you did to me, she didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. What I did was, I ain't regretting nothing I did. And you turned out right. No, I freaking didn't. You fucked my mind up. Just because you see I'm a a man with success, you don't get that fucking credit. I give that to the Most High, and you think I turned out right. You don't know this life I lived, but I'm telling you, you're the one who jacked me up. You see, we got to be real, y'all, family. You got to be real, and you need to go tell the person, you're the devil who violated me. Because many of y'all been violated. See, the good Lord just moving through me, because I didn't even plan for this. But it just is what it is, family. And I wish the best for all of y'all. You know, it just hurts me. I'm just being real. When I see people suffer, and I know a lot of us are traumatized, hurt, been abused, used. And so many of our beautiful children are going through that same mess. So many of our children are going through hell, all because we're passing on the curse. Who's going to watch for the little children? Who's going to look after the children? Mamas are so busy, go out trying to get their own groove. She bringing in strangers in the house who's violating children. Daddies are not there to even protect their children because they're too damn busy out there trying to go ahead and get their fix. So now children's out trying to take care of themselves. It is what it is. So, family, I just thank the Most High for just using me as a vessel. And I hope that you all find it within your spirit to know that the Spirit is there within you, waiting for you to submit. Be open and transparent to the Most High. Most High knows everything. You can't hide. Most High is the presence, and we're living in the body of the Most High. All you got to do is confess. Let it out. So with that, family, this is your man, not your boy. Hopefully, many of you all can receive what I've said. I say it in love. I say it in a peace. With that, shalom. I'm out.